Chairman of the COVID-19 Health Subcommittee, Dr. Bert Brathwaite, says health officials in Grenada are watching carefully the rate of transmission of the virus from person to person. In an exclusive interview with GBN on Wednesday, Dr. Brathwaite spoke to GBN about health officials' observations of the COVID-19 virus in recent weeks, which he says seems to suggest it's far more transmissible.
Our virus here is much more, that the virus that we've seen in the last 2 weeks or so is much more transmissible. Whereas before in households, you might have found one or two individuals getting the virus and other household members surprisingly being spared. Now, one member of the household you pick up, and when you go in and check, the majority of the household members are positive. So the community and the society needs to be aware of that we have a virus that is far more transmissible. So we have to do whatever we can to limit, especially the major areas for transmissibility of the virus.
Dr. Brathwaite was asked about Grenada's ability to test for confirmation in the event that the virus has mutated or possibly is similar or same strain as seen in the United Kingdom. However, he told GBN the region is not yet in a position to determine this.
We cannot, and nowhere in the region do we have the technology and resources to be able to do this. As a matter of fact, even in the major United States, they were lamenting, I saw this morning, the fact that they have only been able to do a few hundred sequencing of the virus. Britain apparently is very much advanced in this respect, and they have been able to do a few thousand. So the simple answer to that is no, we cannot test. What we have to rely on here is how the virus is behaving.
Dr. Brathwaite is, however, cautioning the population to be mindful that to date only about 4 people over the age of 60 were infected with the COVID-19 virus, and therefore the younger population must be conscious of the potential impact their ways of life can have on the aged population, especially during this festive season.
They may do pretty well by and large, but they're going to carry home the virus, and they may be feeling perfectly well and go by granny whose cake you love and whose cooking you love, and she gets infected. You go by uncle, auntie, they get infected, and before you know it, they could be hospitalized because they are older, they have more underlying conditions. Or it could be even a younger family member who has a risk factor. We know there are a number of people around with autoimmune diseases, there are a number of people around with asthma, etc. So it behoves younger folk, although they may feel less vulnerable, and correctly so, but they have a responsibility to ensure that they do not pick up the virus and in turn be at risk of spreading it to individuals whose outcome might be much different to theirs.
Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.